begin.
Welcome to the Wise Take DFS podcast. I am your host, CK013. You can find me on Twitter at CK_013. And I'm joined once again by one of Wise Take's finest DFS analysts, Mr. CashinDFS. You can find him on Twitter at CashinDFS. Cash, how was your Memorial Day weekend, bro?
Sucked.
Fair enough. What was the contributing factor
The Warriors,
to the suckfest?
the refs just taking 10 points away from the Rockets on blatant fouls.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think the Warriors would have won anyways, but because the Rockets couldn't make a shot and they were on fire. But I would have liked to have seen it. Like 10 points, it's a different game, but I mean, and he might have missed a couple of the free throws. Maybe it's 8, whatever. But yeah, that's not good. I hope every day when I wake up that KD tears his Achilles. I don't like P's, and he's the ultimate P, in my opinion. If he would have lost to the Rockets, he would have joined the Rockets in the offseason, because that's what he does. He just joins teams he can't beat.
Right. Yeah. No, I hear that, man. I hear that. No. I myself was not a fan of the move. Definitely, it is what it is. I was hoping the Rockets could have done a little bit better. I agree. They definitely were robbed, but I mean, you can't be missing that many shots. It's like Trevor Ariza, man.
Yeah, they still would have probably lost.
Absolutely horrible.
He was wide open, like 7 or 8 shots.
Dude, it was bad.
He might as well just turned it over. Like,
same difference, right?
Yeah, it was really bad.
I'm trying to look up, like, his stats were like.
And James Harden just like, I don't know, man. He wasn't good enough.
Oh, Trevor.
Like his team, the team carried him in the first half. Like Gordon, Tucker was awesome again, and James Harden just didn't do it when he needed to do it in the second half.
Right. Definitely doesn't help when Trevor Ariza goes 0 for 12 from the field, 0 for 9 from 3-point land. Oof.
And a lot of them was wide open.
Wide open, especially down the stretch there. He had a couple of chances down the stretch in that fourth quarter to really make something happen, and he just couldn't do it, man.
Capella was awesome too.
He was
They all played so good, and
yeah.
The refs did not help.
No, they did not. They certainly.
And the
did
Warriors
not.
were on fire. Like KD was on fire. Curry, like
Clay hit a couple big shots down the stretch.
They probably would have won it.
Yeah.
But Draymond, once again, it's terrible. Draymond's terrible.
Yeah, no, I agreed. Looks like we're in for another one. Season whatever, episode whatever. Cavs and LeBron and Golden State.
We're not in for nothing. We're in for a sweep, and the Warriors win again. Big surprise. That's why I just hope KD tears his Achilles every day. Yeah. Getting out of the bathtub, getting out of bed. I don't care where it is. Just tear your Achilles. That's what I hope every day. He is the ultimate P. Me and Westbrook is like this. Like,
there you go. Westbrook like this. The ultimate P. We're on the same page. Peace. Yeah.
Capital letters.
Capital letters, all caps, cap lock it. Got it.
Would Westbrook ever went to a team that he couldn't beat? And it was KD. It was a big reason why they lost is because of KD. They were up. Yeah. All they need to do is win, man. Yeah. I don't even want to talk about it. KD is a pussy.
Fair enough. All right, man. We got a 14-game baseball slate, so I'm going to change gears over here. Didn't mean to get y'all riled up there talking about the NBA, but for good reason. We got a lot of games to get through, so we'll do what we do, give it a first look. Tomorrow there will be an MLB strategy session, the return. No early slate, so I'll be doing that at about 1:30 p.m. I'll keep you guys posted with the time. In the meantime, let's do what we do on this podcast, give it our first look game by game. Charlie Morton of the Houston Astros visiting CC Sabathia, Paulie D's New York Yankees, the bitter rival of CashinDFS. Total here is 9. The Yankees plus 105, going to be about 78 degrees, 65% humidity out in Yankee Stadium. What do you got, Cash?
Well, I went to Verlander today, and while you got 23, like, was I satisfied with that? Hell no. I was not happy with 23. Um, and Morton dominated them in Houston, but that's in Houston. I doubt that I go to Charlie Morton today, but he should be low owned. Verlander was like 16, 17% today. That's low. And he started out well, but wasn't that good. Charlie Morton is what? How much is he? 12-1. I doubt I make that today. And then CC, probably not. Not the way Houston is swinging right now. They're coming out of Cleveland where they were just on fire, putting up 8-run innings. I'll probably pass on that. But I don't think CC. I would say CC probably doesn't get blown up. I wouldn't think, but this is probably just a stay away altogether.
Yeah, man, I'm pretty much on the same page. Not really interested in playing CC, although I will acknowledge that Houston has struggled a little bit to lefties, so it's a great hitting environment, but don't think I'm too big on either. I do think that Morton is kind of a guy you might have to take a stand on because either we're with Morton or we might want to take some of these Yankees against him. They're obviously one of the best offenses on the board as a team in general. We have some interesting hitting conditions. I think Morton dominated these guys last time. Of course, that was in Houston.
Oh, yeah, he did.
Yes, he did. And, of course, that was in Houston. So we'll have to see what he's capable of doing in Yankee Stadium. Looks like last season he was not all that impressive against the Yankees. Only played them twice. It was obviously once in May, once in October, and went for 23. Of course, he's a little bit of a different pitcher this year, so I will give him that. He's definitely much improved, so we'll have to see. But like you said, man, Verlander dominant over the Yankees today. While he did well, and in real baseball he was dominant. In DFS, not so much. So it looks like Morton could be in for something similar. We'll have to profile that tomorrow and see how he looks. Of course, before we pay that $12 price tag.
I would say Evan Gattis is pretty locked in right now.
Yeah, he looks good, man. He definitely does.
I always love watching him with no gloves.
Yeah, man. Old school.
It looks like a killer from the mountains of West Virginia.
A killer from the mountains of West Virginia. Fair enough. I could go for that.
Love that guy.
I could go for that. Next game, we got John Lester of the Chicago Cubs visiting Nick Kingham of the Pittsburgh Pirates, the rookie sensation. I think he actually got sent down and got called back up for this start, even though he pitched pretty well when he was up here. Total here is 8. Pittsburgh plus 105. Home underdogs, 84 degrees, 56% humidity. Another nice day for baseball out in Pittsburgh. What do you think here, man?
Did you tell him to play Rizzo today?
I certainly did, Cash. We was on the Rizzo train. I played Rizzo in every lineup. One of the few things I got. I did.
I played Schwarber in my lineup too, and he got robbed by Dickerson. Oh, man, that pissed me off. I was pissed. I mean, Kingdom is decent. Like, he definitely has K upside. I don't know though. Like, I know that I'm gonna like Rizzo. I like Rizzo against any righty in this stadium. Rizzo loves this stadium. He's said it out of his own mouth. He sees the ball very well here. This is his favorite stadium to play in, or ballpark, whatever the hell you want to call it. So I would like Rizzo. But how much is this kid? How much is Kingdom? 7, 8? I mean, I do like to attack the Cubs because when they're bad, they're bad. When they're bad, they're usually striking out a lot. But I don't know. 7, 8, I don't know. And then on the other side, against Leicester, probably not. I mean, Pittsburgh is better against lefties this year, but Sean Rodriguez, he's cheap. He's got power. I'm cool with that. Austin Meadows seems to just go off every day, so I'm cool with that. I think he led off today, too. Josh Bell's decent, but yeah.
Yeah, not a ton that I love. I think Pittsburgh's in a decent spot, nice weather. I know it's a big ballpark, but like you said, they are doing better against lefties. One of the highest WRC pluses in the league against lefties this season. It's tough to go there. You're sacrificing so much by playing some of these guys, but I do think Sean Rodriguez has big-time power against Leicester. I'm fine with that. Very cheap. Francisco Cervelli obviously having a great year. I think he's acceptable. I don't mind the Pirates. It's just hard to really go there, especially against Leicester, who, while we don't really love Leicester, at the same time, he's not a guy that I like to make a habit of picking on either. Nick Kingham, though, I think I have a lot of interest in. Obviously, Anthony Rizzo probably hit another home run, and I'm fine with that at 7-8. I think we can afford to give one up. But yeah, Nick Kingham, man, he showed some phenomenal upside so far this season. Small sample, but he's got a 30% K rate in his small sample and a 2.65 xFIP. So the kid looks to be pretty, somewhat for real. Been pretty good against lefties. Seems 37.5% K rate to righties and a 20.7% to lefties. So we'll see what kind of lineup the Cubs roll out. But at 7-8 so far, definitely think I'm going to put him in my pocket and bust him out potentially tomorrow. But yeah, I think Kingham is probably my favorite play from this game. Aside from Anthony Rizzo, who I'm with you, Cash, I do think probably goes yard again. Just loves his ballpark. Moving on, we got a little revenge action. Jeremy Hellickson of the Washington Nationals visiting Dylan Bundy of those Baltimore Orioles. Total here is 9. Baltimore minus 113 at home. 79 degrees, 70% humidity. Nice, warm, and humid weather in the small ballpark in Baltimore, Maryland. What do you got?
Well, Bundy has, this other guy only has 6 innings, so he has the biggest swinging strike rate on the slate at, 15.1%? Yeah. But probably not for me. I don't like that price. How much was he? He was 10, right? 9.5. Nah, bro. I think I'm good on that. And then I probably like Washington more than I like Bundy. Adams, what's his face? Bryce, he's expensive though. It's a nice ballpark. Rendon finally hit a home run today. That was nice, even though I didn't play him. And Hellickson, that's definitely not for me. Although I do love to attack Baltimore. Baltimore sucks. No, I don't know. I don't want nothing except maybe a Washington stack.
Yeah, man, I hear you. I don't think I could pay the price for Bundy coming off a dominant performance against the White Sox, but the Nationals are not the White Sox, and this ballpark is small. It's going to be hot and humid. One of Bundy's biggest problems, while he does have some dominant strikeout rates, he's got a 28.9% strikeout rate this season, 34.8% against righties. So he has had that dominant aspect, which explains his 15% strikeout rate kind of goes along with it. But he is prone to the home run ball, and that's something that the Nationals can certainly do. And he is getting hit hard. He's giving up a lot of fly balls. So I'm with you, man. I think my favorite spot in this, my favorite stance in this game on a first look is going to be the Nationals offense. Obviously the lefties are attractive, but he's also giving up power to righties as well. So I think that while the lefties are the first place we want to look, we don't want to necessarily ignore the good hitters in the Nationals that are right-handed. Anthony Rendon actually hit a home run in back-to-back games now, so he seems to be heating up. Trey Turner's been kind of garbage, but I do expect him to kind of turn that around. So, yeah, I think the Nationals offense is interesting. Should be fairly low owned. I would assume that people aren't going to want to pick on Bundy too much. Hellickson is it's Baltimore, and Hellickson's numbers are good. Like his xFIP, everything looks pretty good. I just have a hard time wrapping my head around paying 8.2 for that guy. Like, I just got a hard time wrapping my head around it. But it is Baltimore. They are terrible. Hellickson is getting a lot more ground balls than fly balls. So, like, the things look like they're kind of adding up for Hellickson. Okay. I'm actually okay with it. It's just something that I'm going to have to profile that to like convince myself to do it because paying 8.2 for Hellickson just seems so strange to me. But again, his numbers look good, man. His xFIP is solid. It's like in the low threes. His strikeout rate is okay, especially considering he's playing Baltimore, who definitely gives you a couple assists and strikeouts themselves. So I think I'm leaning towards the Nationals completely in this game. I think their pitcher is okay. I don't think I'll love it in this spot. I'm hoping we can find better options at better prices. Like I certainly like Kingham a lot better than I like Hellickson. But the Nationals offense definitely seems like they're in play, man. I'm with you there. Harper, Adams, Rendon, even Soto. Soto's 3-2 on DraftKings. Definitely a great price for him. And, yeah, I like 1 through 5. Okay with Mark Reynolds even. But, yeah, I like the Nationals' bats here. Should be fairly low owned against Bundy, who I expect some people to try to pitch.
Well, whenever you think of Bundy, just think of Kansas City Royals.
Yeah, oh, my gosh. Yes. Yes, Bundy. No,
you don't think Washington could do that?
Oh,
Kansas City can do that?
Agreed.
I think Washington could do that.
Agreed. Next game, Nick Tropiano of the Los Angeles Angels visiting Michael Fulmer of those Detroit Tigers. Total is 9. Detroit plus 120 home underdogs. 82 degrees, 50% humidity. Potential 10-mile-per-hour winds are projected to blow in from left field. What do you think, Ash?
How much is Tropiano?
7-2.
7-2. No. Fulmer? Probably not. No. He goes deep, but not against this team, I don't think. Even though they are loaded with righties. This is another game where I probably don't have nothing. What's the temperature here?
80, about 82.
Nothing. I don't want nothing.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm not really a fan of anything. Tropiano, I don't like that at 7-2. Not a fan of picking on the Tigers. They just don't strike out enough. And he's giving up more power to righties anyway. So I think that maybe I would lean towards the bats in this scenario. It's very, very tough to ever really stack Detroit on a 14-game slate. It just makes it even harder. And Fulmer at 6K is intriguing on first thought. Boyd actually did okay. I don't think he paid off his price tag, but he did okay against the Angels. But I just don't want to make a habit of picking on those guys. Really don't strike out a lot. They got some professional hitters on this team. Mike Trout eventually got the home run anyway. It wasn't off Boyd, but it did happen. So I think that you could look at the bats in this game again, but like you said, I'm just not a fan of either side really. Like nothing really stands out. The game in general just seems kind of blah to me. More of like a pick your spots kind of deal. And as of right now, I can't say I'm too interested in either of the pitchers. Next game, we got Marco.
I would rather pitch Fulmer than Tropiano, though.
Well, yeah, he's also $1,200 cheaper. You know, he's also really, really cheap.
I don't think he'll get blown up here.
Yeah, I mean, it's not going to take much for him to pay off his price tag. You know, at 6K on DraftKings.
Okay at 6.
Yeah, probably. Marco Estrada of the Toronto Blue Jays visiting Rick Porcello of CashinDFS's Boston Red Sox. Total here is 9.5. Boston minus 185 at home. Going to be about 77 degrees, 54% humidity. What are you doing with your boys?
Porcello is not the same dude right now that he was at the beginning of the year. He was really good. Now he's not. So I do not like him, and I definitely don't like his price. He's over 10K. No way for me. Marco Estrada sucks a bag of D's. So JD, Vets, please come back. Please, I miss you. You're 6K too. I want you at 6K at 8% ownership, 12% ownership, wherever we're gonna be. Please. Moreland, Benintendi, you bastard. He hit a home run today. If I play him tomorrow, he get a 0 because he always gets a 0 when I play him. Devers, all of them. Just stack up Boston. Marco Estrada sucks. They'll be popular. Love them. In Toronto, I mean, you could stack Toronto, but I never stack them. I really only play Smoke and Solarte. It's really the only two guys I ever play. Oh, no. Teoscar, too. I forgot about him. But, yeah, that's probably not for me. Except Teoscar. I love that guy.
Yeah, that dude is awesome. Small park, hot, humid. Boston plays well all the way around, but especially at home. Definitely like a Red Sox
Especially against a righty.
Yeah, especially against a righty. A righty that can't get anybody out at that. I definitely like a Red Sox stack. Estrada, one of the higher fly ball pitchers, extreme fly ball pitchers in the league right now. So definitely makes a lot of sense to go to Boston. Like you said, Benintendi is a bastard. I played him a couple times recently, did nothing. Today he hits a triple and a home run. Has the game of his life. I hate you, Benintendi. Hopefully Mookie Betts is back, take some attention off that dude. But JD Martinez, phenomenal play. He just seems like an everyday play. Him and Mookie both just seem like everyday plays. We'll see if Mookie returns. Hopefully he does. And even if not, I can definitely do me a Red Sox stats regardless against Estrada, who has been absolutely terrible. His numbers are dreadful. And I'm with you on Porcello, man. At 10K, pitching at home in this ballpark. It's just not enough strikeout upside for me, man. He's not striking enough guys out. And Toronto's just not, if I'm picking on Toronto, it's got to be with a strikeout pitcher, or else these guys do have some oomph in that lineup. and not really trying to pick on them in this small, hot and humid environment. So I think the Red Sox stack is where I'm looking. I think the Blue Jays will be super low owned. It's worth a shot, like you said, for Teoscar Hernandez, Smoke, Solarte, Pilar's having a great season. There's definitely some options. Just not sure if we're going to like those better than some of the other spots because Rick Porcello is still a decent pitcher. Might not be a pitcher we want to play. Might be overpriced. But he's also not the worst pitcher on the board, so maybe we find better spots to attack. But the Red Sox lineup definitely is super attractive on the first look.
I love seeing that 2.4 against Tampa. That was an easy fade for me.
Yes.
I love that day. That was a good day.
Yeah.
He was chalk.
Yes, he was.
He chalk.
Yes, he was.
That was a wonderful day.
Steven Matz, the lefty from my New York Mets, visiting Anibal Sanchez of Cash's hometown, Atlanta Braves. Total here is not currently up because Atlanta was late to announce a starter, but I'm seeing Anibal Sanchez as the projected starter for the Braves, so we will see. Looks like some possible light rain, but 76 degrees, 85% humidity, 11-mile-per-hour winds currently blowing in from center field. We'll see if that holds up. But aside from the wind, the atmosphere looks good for hitting, but the wind could be a little counterproductive here. What are you doing here, man? What do you think?
What is it blowing in at?
11 mile per hour as of right now, projected.
Definitely no Anibal. I don't think he's pitched over 3 innings in his 2 rehab starts. One of them he got smashed in, I think. So definitely no to him, even against the Mets. But it is a righty. Mets are better against righties. I think Shea Bruce hit him a home run today, didn't he? Like on the night game?
Did he
or
really?
It was fan interference or something. I don't know. I know he barreled it. I know that. Steven Matz, I just love stacking against him. It's not been as good this year, but Suzuki probably doesn't. It's probably Flowers, which I could play either one of them against him.
Yeah, I think they both hit a home run today. I think Flowers hit one in the early game off the ground, and then Suzuki hit in the late game.
Yeah, they flip flop them. So Suzuki caught the late game, so it'll probably be Flowers today. Right. So like him, of course. Albies against Mats, bad lefty. Yes, please, like that. I like them. I'm probably not going to be full stacking them, but you definitely can. And I think you could go to the Mets here too. Like Nemo, he's a baller, best hitter in the league against righties. Cabrera, he was off tonight. He will definitely be playing tomorrow. Mesoraco is hot still. Conforto, I probably play them all, probably except Jay Bruce.
Yeah, man. Jay Bruce did not hit a home run. He did go 2 for 4. So he's 2 for 4 right now with a double, though. So I think there was a fan interference thing that could have been a home run, but was ended up being ruled a double. But yeah, I think I'm gonna like the bats in this situation. Hopefully those winds kind of die down. But even if they don't, it's still hot and humid. I expect the ball to carry a little bit. Anibal Sanchez, I'm not really afraid of. I think I could definitely attack him with some of these Mets who have been starting to heat up. Like you said, they are putting some runs on the board. They did lose 2 out of 3 to Milwaukee, but they put up some big time runs. They just gave up a lot. So I think this could be an awesome scenario for bats in general. Both these pitchers not so great. The Braves, one of the better teams against lefties, despite the fact that a lot of their best hitters are left-handed. Still one of the better teams in the league against lefties as far as WRC+. And like I said, it looks like Nemo, like you said, red hot. Asdrubal Cabrera's been playing well. Conforto's been hot. Jay Bruce, maybe he's coming off the schneid. Don't really know if I want to roster him to find out. I think there's enough of these lefties that we can try. But we know this ballpark is favorable to left-handed bats, and the Mets have a lot of those. So I do think the bats on both sides here definitely in play. Hopefully that wind kind of dies down. But the rest of the weather seems nice. Seems very nice for hitting. Michael Wacha of the St. Louis Cardinals visiting Zach Davies of Cam's Milwaukee Brewers. Total here is 9, Milwaukee plus 100 home. Underdogs, it's supposed to be 70 degrees, 70% humidity. Obviously, they have a roof. We'll see if they open or close it. Either way, Milwaukee is a small ballpark regardless. What do you think, man?
I think that Michael Wacha is going to be the death of me because I still don't think he's very good, but he goes out and has good games almost every 5th day. I won't be pitching him here, even against a strikeout-happy Milwaukee. I'd much rather stack Milwaukee against him, which probably is not going to work, so I'm probably not going to do that. And Zach Davies, he blows. I mean, he's all right. He's okay, but
he blows. I think you're right.
I think he has potential to be decent, but yeah, I'm definitely not afraid to attack him. Let me see. What's St. Louis? Man, that ISO is low. I want more than a team ISO at 145. It's a small park. You could stack St. Louis here. I'm never afraid to stack against Davies, but I probably won't be stacking against Walker, even though today will be the day that he gets hammered. But yeah, you could definitely stack St. Louis. I hope it goes in the lineup. Carpenter, pretty sure Carpenter is good at this park as well, if my mind is right. 242 ISO, I love that for Matt Carpenter.
Yeah, man, Matt Carpenter seems to be heating up. Hit a couple home runs recently. I think he hit another one today, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I think Matt Carpenter's a great player. The Cardinals in general definitely seem like an option. It looks like the lefties are the ones who hit the ball in the air more against Davies. He does have a 53% ground ball rate to righties and only a 39.6% to lefties. So problem with Cardinals is they don't have a ton of lefties, but Carpenter definitely stands out as a potential value option as a one-off. Either way, I still think we can take some of these Cardinals. I just don't think Davies is very good in general. And his numbers would indicate that we are correct about that analysis because he's got a 4.83 xFIP, only a 16.4% K rate, and his WOBA to lefties is 330, while his WOBA to righties is 325, and his ISO to righties is 247. So it seems like we could attack him from every angle if we'd like. A small ballpark, big boost for these St. Louis Cardinals. Think they're in play. Waka 8-4 is interesting. Don't think I want to do it just because the park, and I think we could probably find some better options. Not really a fan here of Waka 8-4. I agree with you. I think he's okay. He's pitching okay this season. Just not a huge upside guy, in my opinion. Coming off a really good game, so it could seem some inflated ownership. And to be honest, Milwaukee isn't striking out as much as we're used to like this year. They're just not doing it. One thing worth noting is while Milwaukee only has 3 lefties projected in their lineup, Waka is a big reverse splits guy. He was over most of his career, and this year he's kind of gone back to that tendency. He's got a 331 WOBA to righties, only a 221 to lefties, a 170 ISO to righties, and only a .018 to lefties. So it does seem like we are going to want to pick on Waka with these righties, get some reverse splits going. He's also got a really low ground ball rate to righties. So I think we could look at Lorenzo Cain, Aguilar Braun, some of these guys. While most of the people trying to attack Waka, which I don't think too many people will be focusing on the lefties. So maybe a little bit of advantage there in tournaments. But I'm with you. Don't love the idea of picking on Waka, but at the same time, not really interested in pitching him. But I can play some of these Cardinals for sure against Davies.
Yeah, and since I'm getting into last year, his ISO to lefties is 109. His ISO to righties is 153.
Yeah.
I don't want to attack neither of those situations.
Right. Next game, we got Kyle Gibson of the Minnesota Twins visiting Danny Duffy of those Kansas City Royals. Looks like the total in this game is going to be 9. Kansas City plus 120, home underdogs, 88 degrees, 47% humidity out in Kansas City. Going to be hot and humid out in Kansas City's huge ballpark. What are you doing, man? Duffy did you well on his last start against the Rangers. Are you going back to the well?
Hell yes, I am. He's 4K. Hell yeah. Please. You can sign me up for 4K. Danny Duffy is talented. He has been bad this year. He's been hurt. Last year, I played Danny Duffy a good amount. The year before that, I played Danny Duffy a good amount. I think Danny Duffy is decent. He's pretty good. At 4K, please. Hell yes. I wanted him against Texas because of the lefties. Texas is the lefty bats is what I'm scared of for Texas. Texas righties all blow except Profar. So here, Kepler is very good against lefties. So like that sucks. So I mean, but yeah, he's 4K. I mean, a 4K and you have talent. I'm willing to go there. He could get absolutely slaughtered here. There's no doubt about it. But he's in his big home ballpark against a lot of lefties, And yes, I'm gonna go there. And just hope Sano doesn't hit a home run like he did today off of my what's his name? Junis. Velasquez barely outscored him. I was not happy about that. But yeah, hell yeah. 4K, please. And Kyle Gibson he fell off the cliff. Like, he is back down to good old Kyle Gibson. That sucks. That strikeout that's gone. He's been bad his last 2 starts. But I don't know, Moose. I wish Duda, please, where you at, bro? I need you back. But Moose is probably all I'm looking at. Maybe Merrifield and Perez.
Yeah, man. Similar thoughts here. Gibson does seem to have come down to earth, and I really don't like picking on the Royals anyway, unless it's like an elite arm. And Kyle Gibson, even when he was pitching well, is certainly never an elite arm. So I don't think I could do Kyle Gibson even at 7-3. Duffy at 4K, certainly interesting, man. Big ballpark, he's pitching at home, big fly ball guy. The weather's not really in his favor, but again, the park is. It's only 4K, you don't need a ton. Minnesota, I know Sano is back, but even him, he's got a huge strikeout rate. They strike out so much to lefties, man. The strikeout rate this year to lefties is ridiculous, among the highest in the league. As a matter of fact, they are currently 6th in the league in strikeouts to left-handed pitching as a team, 25.1% team strikeout rate. So, assuming we get an ordinary Twins lineup from what we've seen this year against the lefty, I do think we can go back to the Duff stuff, man. I agree that the last couple of years, I made a habit of playing this dude. It's just this year particularly, his velocity's been down. Maybe he's been hurt, like you said, and just hasn't looked good. But the man is 4K. He does have a little bit of talent, does have more strikeout upside than he's shown us this year. And again, it's more so a play. He's 4K, and he's going up against a Twins team that's been bad against lefties. So I think that I think he's absolutely in play at this 4K price tag. But at the same time, he certainly can get blown up. Brian Dozier, Max Kepler, Miguel Sano, these are all guys that have the capabilities of hitting lefties. They just haven't hit them so well so far this year. But the rest of these guys, man, Byron Buxton, Diaza, Mitch Garver, they all strike out so much against lefties. It's crazy. So I do think we have to consider Duffy at his 4.4 price tag.
I mean, they only got a 309 WOBA.
Right.
To lefties.
Yeah, it's been bad. It really has. Next game, Jeff Samardzija, the Shark of the San Francisco Giants, Johnny, the Greeks, San Francisco Giants, visiting Kyle Freeland, the lefty from the Colorado Rockies. 11.5 is the total. Colorado minus 135 at home. 77 degrees, 27% humidity out in Coors Field. What are you doing here, man? What are you doing in Coors?
I got news for Johnny. Samardzija is broken.
He's broken.
Samardzija's velocity. Yeah, so his velocity came back, and he's still getting killed. Man, I think you should stack the Rockies today. The Rockies suck against righties. There's no denying that. But they're at home. I probably won't be doing it, but it's probably a very good thing to do. Is to stack them. Charlie Blackmon. Like, if Charlie Blackmon doesn't hit a home run off Jeff Samardzija, man, I just don't know what the world is coming to. Jeff Samardzija really blows against lefties with a 232 ISO. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. I like the Rockies here today. And you could go to the Giants, too, because it's Coors, but the Giants suck, in my opinion, and I don't play them.
Yeah, I definitely immediately my first instinct is to lean towards the Rockies. Samardzija last year had played 2 games in Coors Field, and last year he wasn't as broken as he obviously seems this year. But last year he gave up 7 earned runs in the first start against the Rockies and 8 in the second. I don't think his pitch type just works very well in Colorado. I think that's why, because even last year we saw him pitch really well against the Rockies at home and pitched horribly on the road. So I do think that the pitches he throws, throws a lot of sinkers. We know we hear out in Coors the sinker ball doesn't sink. We know that like Mike Hampton, like some good pitchers in the past who relied on good sinkers, went there and just their career sucked. And I think that Samardzija is one of those guys that just can't pitch there. So I think the Rockies is just a situation where I am going to look to stack up some Rockies. Righties, lefties, doesn't really matter. I think Samardzija is broken. I think he's in a world of trouble here going into Coors when his shit ain't even right. So I definitely like the Rockies. Kyle Freeland's interesting just because the Giants have been striking out so much to lefties, but it is Coors. Don't think I want to go there. I think we have plenty of other pitching. I don't think there's a reason to think. My more concern is, do I want to play some of these Giants? And I think we can. Mac Williamson, obviously, back in the lineup. We got a couple of these guys that we know can hit lefties. If Nick Hundley plays, that's going to be a big boost. I know Cash is a big Nick Hundley fan, so we'll have to wait and see what their lineup is. But initially, the Rockies definitely in play here, I think.
If Nick Hundley plays, I will play him.
Yeah, no, I know you will. I know you will. Next game, Cash. Want to hear your thoughts on this one for sure. Luis Castillo, our boy, the White Steak Nation, our boy right there. He's been a little disappointing this year. His velocity's been down, but he's AK. He's visiting Zach Godley of those Arizona Diamondbacks. The total here is 8. Arizona minus 120 at home. Should have the roof closed, I believe. What are you doing with Castillo, man? The Diamondbacks did put up some runs today, but we know they are one of the weakest offenses overall so far this season. What are you doing?
I mean, they were pretty good in Oakland too, right? Wasn't it Oakland their last series?
Yeah, I believe so.
Well, Goldschmidt, I think is coming back to like normal. I mean, I make a joke every day when this John, whatever the hell his name is, the 3-name catcher hits a home run and he's the best hitter on the team. Yeah, that guy. But because Goldschmidt he's obviously one of the best hitters in baseball, period. But he's just been so bad, so I just like to make fun of it. I don't know. I love Castillo, and my bigger issue here is Godley though, because I'm a major Godley fan. I love him. I think he's elite. Last year, I watch him, he was elite, and he's just terrible. I used him against Milwaukee, and it was just so bad. He has been so bad. I don't think that Castillo is elite. Or can be elite. I think he could be very good. I think Zach Godley can be elite, like in the top 5 range of pitchers in the world. And he is terrible. But I don't think I want to stack against him because if you do, it's the lefties. Like Avado, Schebler. I mean, Schebler's been getting a pinch hit for, which really pisses me off. Scooter Gennett is the dude. Love Scooter Gennett. And then on the other side, I don't know what I want to do. I like Jake Lamb, like that, but other than that, I don't know. Castillo, I don't. You want to pitch him today? I don't want to pitch him.
It's a tough call, man. I mean, one thing I will say about Castillo, his swinging strike rate, one of the best on the slate.
Oh yeah,
right?
It's super high.
Yeah, 14.9, basically 15%. It's only 8K. Despite the fact that Diamondbacks have been playing better, they are still 3rd in the league in strikeouts to right-handed pitching at 26.2%. The problem with Castillo is he himself has been horrible against lefties this season. He's got a 359 WOBA, 267 ISO, and on top of that, he's got a 42% fly ball rate to lefties. So there's definitely some concern. He's a ground ball pitcher against righties, but the complete opposite against lefties. So there's some concerns here. I think it's going to depend on what kind of lineup we see from Arizona. I'm not exactly sure what I want to see, but we know they strike out a ton. We just know Castillo's struggling against lefties. The humidor seems to be working a little bit. There's been a lot less runs in general scored in Arizona. I think I could pitch Castillo, man. I really do. I think I could at 8K.
But look at oh my God, they have a 266 WOBA on the season to righties.
I know.
What in the hell is going on?
No idea.
I know Jake Lamb has missed a while, but a 64 WRC plus, that is absurd. 126 ISO? Like, the only team that beats them out is Miami, the Royals. That's it.
Yeah.
Even Tampa Bay has a bigger ISO.
Yeah.
Against, what the hell?
I don't know, man.
Oh, it's terrible.
They
need Pollock. They need Pollock really quickly.
Oh, yeah. They need Pollock in the worst.
They need Goldie to start hitting the baseball and Jake Lamb to get back in his groove because, it's like them and the Dodgers are such good teams and they're just so terrible this year. It's crazy.
So bad. But, yeah, I don't think I could pitch Godley just because I don't like picking on the Reds. They don't strike out enough. I do agree with you. I think Godley's a very good pitcher. I just don't like targeting teams that don't strike out. So I think Castillo is where I lean. I'm okay with taking some of the lefties against Godley, but also not a huge fan because I do respect what Godley can do. So I think Castillo might be my favorite GPP kind of option from this game on my first look. I really do.
Don't play Avila.
Yeah.
Dude, that's
oh my god.
52% K rate to righties. It's crazy.
Insane.
I fell out of my chair when I what?
It's insane.
Like, how is he still in the league?
I don't know.
They have Herman in the minors, dude.
And
what the hell?
And how is he so bad, man? Like, he was decent for the Tigers last year. Like, what happened?
I think he's really old.
He is old. He is.
Maybe he was just taking steroids last year. But yeah, he looks like he can't even get the bat off his shoulder.
Oh man, it's bad. It's really bad. Blake Snell, the lefty from the Tampa Bay Rays, visiting Daniel Gassett of the Oakland Athletics. Total here is 8. Oakland plus 105. Home underdog. 61 degrees, 70% humidity. Seems like a great day for pitching out in Oakland. What are you doing with Snell and company?
No way. Snell. I was all over Snell against the Red Sox, and he's been good. Like, it was the Angels. Yeah, I watched that game against the Angels, and he would look really good there too. But there's just no way I'm paying 10-6 for Blake Snell, a pitcher that can get wild. Like, he has controlled that this year. But I just wish Crush Davis was here because I would stack up these A's tonight with no ownership at all. But Crush Davis isn't there, so I don't really want to do that. But I'm not paying 10-6 for Blake Snell. I don't care. I'm just not doing it. I'm not doing it. And I like to pitch lefties against them because, like, I don't think that what's his name? Lowry is very good from the right side. Like, I want him on the left side. And then you got Olsen, like all these power lefties, and I'm probably not doing it. If Crush was there, I would do it, but I don't want it. And Gossett, hell no. Hell no. My question is, do I want to stack the Rays, who can go off? And if they do, you'll be sitting pretty because I don't think they'll be very popular on the West Coast.
Never popular. No, nobody's playing Tampa on this big ass slate. I'm with you on Snell. I do think he's good. He's having a great season. 3.75 xFIP, 27% K rate. He's looked great, but coming off that game against Boston, I think his ownership could be a little more inflated. I like to pick on Oakland in general. I know you do too. I just don't think I'm going there. He's a little up in price. Don't think I can invest that kind of dollar in him. He's not as consistent as some of the other guys that are in his price range. We also have Kenta Maeda, who's only $200 more. Going up against the Phillies at home, I think there's just better spots that I like than Snell. But Snell's obviously in play and not going to knock it too bad. Some of these A's can hit lefties, but they also strike out a ton. So I think Snell's okay. I just don't feel like paying the 10-6 price tag. He's a little too close to some other guys that I like more. And I think you can stack the Rays, man. I think Gassett is horrible. So the Rays have been hitting the ball decent. We've known that for a little while now. So I know they're missing Denard Span, which obviously sucks. I do believe he was like one of their best actual hitters. But either way, man, this Gassett kid is horrible. His numbers look absolutely awful. So I'm okay with the Rays.
Brad Miller is hurt, I think, though.
Yeah, it said his face. It said he got scratched because of his face. I don't know. We'll see if he plays or not.
That makes me not like it as much if he's not playing, but
agreed.
Yeah, you could definitely stack like Ramos, yeah, you can definitely stack them.
Agreed.
For cheap at low ownership. But I also will say that I do think Blake Snell has big upside. Like, I do think he has it, but I just don't want to pay that price, and I don't want that ownership on that price either.
Right. It's exactly where I'm coming from. He's got mega upside. Next game, Austin Bivens-Dirks of the Texas Rangers visiting Felix Hernandez of the Seattle Mariners. The weather going to be about 58 degrees, 59% humidity. Another solid day for pitching. 8 is the total. Seattle minus 170 at home. What do you got?
This is a guy that I might pitch to at 4K. He has the highest swinging strike rate. It's even higher than Bundy's and Castillo and Maeda's, but it's only in 6 innings. Like, you can't go off of that. You can't base off that, but it is 15.6% swinging strike rate. I like guys that can miss bats, and Seattle is just not very. At the beginning of the year, I wouldn't attack them really ever. right now, I'll attack them all the time. I'll attack them with bad pitchers. I'll attack them with Austin, Bebbins, Dirks, whoever the hell that is. I don't know who this guy is. I will attack him because he's 4K. But it's the question of who I like more, him or Duffy. Probably like Duffy more.
Oop, I think I just lost you. I think you just froze up for a second. Give it a sec, see if you come back, and if not, I'll keep it rolling. I'm gonna keep it rolling, and when your connection is back, when you're back on the line, we'll keep it moving with you. Yeah, I get it, man. Seattle's been bad. I do think the addition of Denard Span should help. I know Gene Segura missed today. We'll see if he's back in the lineup. He's one of their better hitters, but they've been bad, man. They've been really bad, and the temperatures are pretty good for pitching specifically. So. Totally understand where you're coming from. I don't think I could pull the trigger on a guy like Dirks. I think I would go Duffy over him, but I will say he's got the better pitching atmosphere considering he's got a good park and good weather, while Duffy might have a good park to pitch in, does not have the best weather. And there we go, back with it. So continue about Bibbins, Dirks, and the Seattle offense, how bad they've been.
They've been bad. And Bibbins Dirk is 4K, so I'm willing to go there. Yeah. And I love attacking Texas. I do it all the time. But with King Felix, no, he's a queen, and I don't play him anymore.
Yeah, no, that guy's absolutely dog shit. It's just horrible. Yeah, I don't have a... Yeah, I could take some Gallo. I don't have a ton of interest in this game overall. It's a big ballpark decrease for the Rangers. Not playing King Felix either. I think I would go Duffy over Dirks as well, just because even though Seattle's bad, I don't think they're striking out as much. And we know Duffy, we know that he's capable. I'm not really sure what we have in Austin Bibbins Dirk. He did strike out a lot of Royals, but he also gave up 4 runs, so it's hard to really see what we have in him. So just in general, the game's kind of a cross-off for me, I think.
I can agree, except he's in a way bigger park today, but
yeah, he is.
I think Duffy's a way better option.
Yeah. All right, Jake Arrieta of the Philadelphia Phillies visiting Kenta Maeda of Patio Joe's Los Angeles Dodgers. Total here is 7.5. The Dodgers minus 165 at home. 70 degrees, 58% humidity out in LA, big city of dreams. But everything in LA ain't always what it seems. Cash, what do you got here?
Love Maeda. All I needed to see, like, I never want to pitch any Dodgers pitcher because Clayton Kershaw sucks. And everybody else can't pitch 100 pitches. But this dude's went 104, 96, 111. Yes, please. He's good. But when I'm scared that he'll get pulled if he gets into a little trouble at 80 pitches or 75 pitches, no. But today, hell yeah. Philly strikes out a ton. Well, isn't it like 20? Is it still in the 26s? Yeah, 26.4. That's the second highest on this slate against their hand. The only
second
one
highest
higher
in the league. How about that?
Is Dan Straley.
Oh, and we know who he's.
We know who he's facing. No.
Oh, yeah.
26.4%.
Yes.
Love him.
The Phillies.
Love Maeda. That is the cash game play today. You can't go to Morton and cash because it's the Yankees in Yankee Stadium. I'm not going to Blake Snell and cash, which you could do that too. But I'm going to Maeda. I love Maeda. He's my favorite pitcher on the slate. Yes, sign me up for that all day. Jake Arrieta, no. Dude can't miss a bat for nothing. Can't miss a bat. No. Hell no. Don't play guys that can't miss bats. I could stack against him, but I probably won't be doing that either because the Dodgers blow.
Yeah, I completely agree with you, man. Kenta Maeda is my guy, man. He's 10-8. He's the reason I'm not really big on Blake Snell. One of the reasons. There's a couple of reasons. Perception is the main reason. But yeah, Kenta Maeda against the Phillies. Phillies striking out a ton against righties. Maeda, we know, has some good strikeout stuff. They're at home in LA, bigger ballpark. The weather's not pretty good for pitching. Nice day for baseball. I love Maeda in this spot. I expect him to be very popular, but I don't care. I think he's a phenomenal pitcher. Best pitcher on the slate, in my opinion. Best matchup, everything. So yeah, I love me with some Maeda. Arrieta, no thank you. Like you said, just no strikeout upside whatsoever. I don't necessarily want to pick on him either because the Dodgers do suck and Arrieta does have an elite ground ball rate. But don't think I want much from the Philly side, including Arrieta. I think Maeda is my only play from this game, and it's probably one of my favorite plays on the slate.
You think Maeda's a better pitcher than Charlie Morton?
No. I just think he has a better matchup, better park,
Oh,
like all those factors. I don't think he's necessarily the best pitcher, actual pitcher on the slate. I just think when you consider matchup, the type of pitcher he is, everything combined, I think he's in the best situation. But no, I do think Morton, in terms of who I think is the actual best pitcher, best arm on the slate, I do think Morton is the best arm on the slate, for sure. Last game here, Cash. We got Dan Straley of the Miami Marlins visiting Tyson Ross of those San Diego Padres, the only team that are currently striking out more against righties than the Phillies, those San Diego Padres. Total here is 7. San Diego minus 150 at home, 63 degrees, 80% humidity. What are you doing with Straley and these Padres?
I say that's your second pitcher in cash. In my opinion, my cash lineup today, if I was playing cash, it would be Maeda and Straley. Like, when Straley goes against Atlanta and gets a 17.1 at home, and then 5 days later faces Atlanta again, like Atlanta here, that's one of the best offenses in baseball, with a ton of lefties. He went into Atlanta 5 days later and dominated them with a 28. Yes, Dan Straley is back. Dan Straley is good. Dan Straley was hurt when he first came back. He just came off the DL. He was terrible. He was getting smacked around. But right now, against this team, that like Perella, who I love to death, is just terrible. He is terrible this year. And Hunter Renfroe, another guy I love to death, it's not a lefty. I love it. Like, you don't have to worry about that massive power from Villanueva because it's not a lefty. I love it. I love Dan Straley today. Love the price at 6'3". He is my favorite cheap pitcher, and I will be all over him. And I expect him to be chalk, just like I expect Maeda to be chalk. And I love him. And I also think that you could pick Tyson Ross for tournaments because he will be lower owned than Maeda, 100%. He should be lower owned than Snell, I would think. But Tyson Ross has been awesome. And this team sucks. This team sucks. Period.
Agreed, man. I think Straley definitely an attractive option at 6'3" on DraftKings. He's had 3 good games in a row. Like you said, 2 of them were against Atlanta, a top-notch offense. So, and one of them was in Atlanta, so even more impressive. So, yeah, I like Straley at 6'3", going up against these Padres. I know last year he showed us a lot of strikeout upside. We haven't seen, obviously, like you said, when he first came up, we didn't see it right away. He was still hurt, kind of shaking off the rust. But he looks to be back, man. Three games in a row is, and that spells out consistency. I think 3 games and it's officially a streak. So I do like Straley. I do think he's definitely your SP2 in cash against these Padres, and he will be very popular. Tyson Ross in tournaments definitely makes a lot of sense. Should be low owned, even though normally people always play the pitcher against Miami. I don't think that'll be the case with Tyson Ross. People seem to be hesitant in believing in this kid, and his numbers all say that he's legit, man. He's got a 3.74 xFIP, 25% K rate, 27.8% K rate to righties, and we know Miami is right-handed dominant. They are pesky, so I don't know if I get there to pay 8.2. If he was a little cheaper, I'd definitely be interested, but at 9.2, I can understand people being concerned. We do have a great ballpark here in San Diego. And, yeah, I think both pitchers are in play. Tyson Ross will be a lot less owned than Straley, but Straley at 6'3" is kind of hard to pass up against these weak-ass Padres. So that is going to do it for the game-by-game breakdown. At this point, I'm going to remind everybody, if you haven't already checked us out at whitestake.com, I don't know what you're waiting for. We have all kinds of things, all kinds of stuff to make you a better DFS player. We offer GPP articles, cash game articles. We do a live stream an hour and a half before a lot called the Y Stream, 7 days a week for main slates where we actually break down the slate. Similar to this, but after everybody's done their research so that we know exactly where we want to attack. We can react to lineups coming out, all kinds of stuff. We have a chat where you can actually talk to us on the shows and talk amongst yourself. The chat is open 24/7. Let's talk to the other Wisestake Nation members. You never know which one of the Wisestake guys will be in the chat. It's just a phenomenal place. It's a phenomenal atmosphere for you to learn your learn your craft or whatever they say. Another thing we're doing during the week when there's no early slate, we didn't do it today because there was an early slate, but starting tomorrow, we are going to go right back to it, is the strategy session, the MLB DFS strategy session. We actually go through, and lately we've been profiling all the games, game by game, pulling up tools, kind of showing you guys how to interpret the stats, looking at pitch types, matchups, everything you need to see. You can actually see it on the screen while we talk it through. That'll be something we're doing tomorrow at 1 or 1:30 p.m. Eastern. I will post it on the Twitter when we're ready. But there's no better time than now to come check us out. $2.50 gets you in for a day pass if that's what you're into. If you're ready to make the commitment to the Wisestake Nation, you can save a little bit of money. We do have the Memorial Day Money promo code. It's one word, Memorial Day Money, no spaces. You can use that. Save yourself 25% off of the monthly packages, the all sports packages, the season-long packages, anything but the day pass or the week-long. It's NASCAR season package, golf season package, MLB season package, all sports 1 year, all sports 3 month, and of course the monthly options, the all sports monthly or the MLB monthly. So whatever you need, we can save you some dough if you're ready to make the commitment. If you're not ready to make the commitment, $2.50 gets you in for the day. No excuses. If you play in DFS, I would hope you can afford $2.50 to come up your game a little bit with the Wise Take Nation.
I got something to say.
What's that?
If you're not playing NASCAR, you're just an idiot, in my opinion. Because I play a dude at 95%. I made 190 lineups. I played him 95%, and I still only lost $9. If that doesn't tell you, like, I went way overweight because, like, imagine if Truex blew that tire, or Jimmy Johnson blew that tire, or any of these other guys that was pretty popular blew that tire besides Kyle. And it wasn't Harvick, who had maybe the best car on the track. It was between him and Kyle. It would have been beautiful. I'm just going to say that. I lost $9. I went 95% on a dude on 190 lineups. That's all I got to say. I don't give a damn. I don't ever lose all my money in NASCAR, period. If I lose money, it's very little. But I don't lose money in NASCAR. I promise you that.
There you go. Come rock with us, guys. Come check us out. See what we're all about. We did do the Wise stream earlier today. Thought it went really well. We did it free on YouTube. That's just one example of what you get from us every day with all the sports that we cover. So come rock with us. See what we're all about. All right, Cash. Enough of the plugs. Let's do some top threes. Who are your top 3 pitchers going into tomorrow?
Maeda and Straley, for sure. And then I say Tyson Ross.
I like that. I will go with Maeda, Straley, and Luis Castillo, just a little bit different, but I'm with you on. It's hard to get off of Maeda and Straley, man. Really hard to get off of that. Top 3 stacks. What do you think?
Boston. Well, let me say Rockies.
Yes.
Rockies #1, but Boston. Yes. And I'm gonna say Atlanta. Both of those are very expensive.
Mm-hmm.
And then I will. It's between 2 teams. I'm actually gonna say. I'm gonna say Arizona. I wanted to say Washington, but I'll say Arizona because I just know Castillo, man. He can get blowed up, or he could be very good, like you just said.
Yeah, man. I completely. You know who I forgot about for the pitchers? I forgot about Nick Kingham. I actually like Nick Kingham a lot. I totally forgot about him. We talked about all these other pitchers. I completely forgot about that dude, and I like him a lot. I do like him more than Castillo. I do like Kingham more than Castillo. I think he's got more upside, better atmosphere in general.
I agree.
So I like. Don't get me wrong. I'm not backtracking on Castillo. I still think he does well. I'm with you. He has blow up potential. But I should make a correction. I forgot about Kingham. He would be my third option for sure. I'm with you on the Rockies, man. #1 stack, got to attack the Shark. I'm with it. After that, I think Boston, of course, against Estrada. And then I'll go with those Nationals against Bundy. I think that'll be like a nice little contrarian stack. Don't think people will pick on Bundy too much. And like you mentioned earlier, we know it could happen to Bundy when things go wrong. We know how wrong they could go. Don Watch, Cash, who's your first pick?
JD. Goodness gracious, this guy.
I like that call for sure. Give me some Bryce Harper against Dylan Bundy.
Matt Carpenter.
Oh, yeah, I love that call. I really do. Obviously, we can't pick any Coors, so that kind of sucks because I immediately was going to pick a Coors guy by instinct. I will go with, give me some Brandon Nimmo, man. That dude's hitting the home run every day. Well, what's one more day?
I like that for sure. I like the Mets, too. I like both sides of that game.
Right.
I would say another Boston guy, but I'll go somewhere else. And I will say Curtis Granderson.
Ooh, yeah, I like that. Curtis Granderson against Rick Porcello. I'll go ahead and take the Boston guy for you. I would say Mookie, but because I'm not sure he's going to play, I'm going to have to settle here. So I will go with Mr. Mitch Moreland
That was my guy.
Red Sox. That was the guy, right? I figured as much. I knew it wasn't going to be Andrew Benintendi. I knew that. No way. All right, nation. That is going to do it for the Wise Take MLB DFS podcast. Appreciate y'all rocking with us. If you're watching on YouTube, please click that thumbs up, that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Get notified whenever we decide to do a cool-ass video for free for you guys. If you're watching us on Facebook, please like and share to support the Wise Take Nation. If you're watching us on Twitch or Twitter, follow us on Twitter at Wise_Take. And, of course, please like and retweet the podcast. Show us some love. Give us some notoriety. Push us out to the public. Share us with your friends. And, of course, if you're listening to us on the audio versions on Podbean or iTunes, give us some 5-star reviews. Help up us up those charts. All these things really help us out. Just one way that you can support the Wise Take Nation to keep us going and keep us doing these free shows for you guys. We have a lot of fun doing them, and we'd like to keep them rolling. All we ask is a little bit of support on your end. Cash, any closing thoughts before we get up out of here?
Nope. Oh, man. Alvarez. I forgot about Alvarez.
Yeah. Alvarez.
Crush Davis hits lefties now. Crush Davis can't even hit righties anymore.
Isn't that weird? He's become the lefty specialist of that team. He's like the only guy that can hit lefties, too. Besides Machado, of course. Super weird. I don't know. Crazy things happen. It's variance, like Patty Joe says. It's variance. I don't know. All right, nation. For CashinDFS, for myself, the entire Wise Take Nation, as always, good luck.
Yeah.